Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz from Sassy's LLC and I am back with another emergency card kit. If you are new to my channel, an emergency card is one where we make the cards ahead of time, but we leave the sentiments off. That way, when an occasion arises, we can choose the card that best fits the recipient and the interchangeable sentiment that best fits the occasion. To help you with this, I release free printable kits on the first and third Friday of every month, full of sentiments and 3 key interchangeable sizes along with a card sketch. Let's take a look at the kit. Y'all have had a sneak peek a little bit. This is the cute holiday kit and it coordinates beautifully with the Spellbinders large die and small die of the month for October, but it works with so many of your other supplies. So please know it isn't exclusive for that. We have wishing you a very merry holiday season. Take it from me, brown noses are highly overrated. Rudolph. Have a very merry Christmas. Snowflake wishes and reindeer kisses. It's penguining to look a lot like Christmas. 'Tis the season. Santa Paws is coming to town. Waddling through the holidays, which is me like every holiday, any holiday. Don't let that old man take credit again. I flippin' love Christmas. You'd better not pout. Happy holidays from the mostly nice list. He saw that and he's judging you. Christmas cheer throughout the year. It's the meowiest season of all. And thank you for indulging me singing. But okay, this page is our standard 1 3/4 inch circle sentiment. The circle that prints is ever so slightly larger, so you just wiggle your punch or your die until you can't see that circle and you'll know that it's centered. My 2 new emergency card essentials die sets released from Trinity this week, and it's set number 1 that has all the nesting layering pieces. If you're like, Sarah, I don't have the mats and layers you're talking about. So let me show you. Here's my 2-inch circle die, and I love how thin they are because you really can still see that black circle around the outside. So then I know that it's centered. You don't need that die set to use the emergency card kits. We've been doing this for 2 years without it, but I will link them below because I think they're very handy. On the next page, we have the same sentiments in the same sizes, but without the circle. So if you want to use a different size circle or a different shape altogether, you can use this page. If you are a Saskatier Patreon member or higher, you also get this page as a PNG, so you can resize the images and do all kinds of fun things. I showed that in my Patreon launch video, so I will link that below for you. Then we have our rectangle sentiments. So if you don't have any dies or punches at all, no problem. I have sentiments for you, and you just connect the tick marks on your trimmer. Then we have our strip sentiments, and I have included the same 4 fonts that we've been using. There are tick marks to help you get them straight. So we have 2 sort of whimsical fonts here. And then we get a scripty font and a classic serif font. Then we have our card sketch. I've included all of those things in the PDF that is linked in the description box below. I do ask if you're going to use my PDF that you subscribe to my channel. It helps me to reach more people, and I am on a mission to make card making more accessible and more affordable. But there is bonus content if you download this from my Patreon. So let's take a look. Right next to the kit download link in the description box below will be a link to my Patreon. You can join for free and then download the upgraded version of the kit that will include these 3-inch circle sentiments that fit perfectly on our card sketch. We're going to use one of those today. If you're watching this video around the time it comes out, that post will be towards the top. If you're watching this later and you're like, I don't know if I can dig through all this, click on collections at the top. There are 2 new collections in there now. One is for emergency card kits and will contain the free member version of the kits that have some kind of bonus content in them. And then there's another collection that is limited time access to particular bonus content. Until Sunday, October 6th, all paid members at any tier starting at the $2 tier will also have access to these digital images. They're so cute, you guys. If you attended the Stress-Free Card Maker Summit, these have the same style and feel, though these images were not included in that kit. These are about 1.5 inches wide and 2.5 inches tall, and they are about the same size as the penguins that we're going to use on this first card here. So I thought that would be a nice way to stretch your stash if you don't have the kinds of images that coordinate really well with these sentiments. Again, that version of the kit is a post. You can find it in post, but it's also linked in the limited time collections section. If you have your notifications turned on, which I think is the default setting, you probably got an email with these kits as well. So if you're like, Sarah, it's really hard for me to get in there right away, you can still use that link even after the post has been removed. Okay, so that's a great way to always make sure you're not missing out on the limited time content. The other bonus items available in this kit include an additional page of strip sentiments in new fonts that are bigger. These are 3/8 of an inch instead of 1/4 inch. So we have them in black text on white. And then we also have them in white text on black. And that goes for all 3 pages of the strip sentiments. If you are a paid member at the Saskatier or Champion level, the PDF with all of the bonus content is linked in your searchable databases. And then for my Sassy Champions, you have the downloadable, resizable PNGs of these images as well. All right, let's make a card. I have an A2 panel that's the light gray layer on our sketch, and I ran that through the Snow Flurries embossing folder from Spellbinders. Then I'm coming in from the bottom with some chipped sapphire ink and one of the really large blending brushes from Spellbinders. And I'm going to ink about halfway up. I love these brushes. You've heard me going on and on about them. They're just so soft. It makes it really easy to blend into nothing, even though this is a really dark ink. Then we can go back to our card sketch. I'm going to glue this layer. Again, that's the light gray layer in the sketch onto my A2 card panel. And then I can start working on the other pieces of the decoration. You guys, this one's going to be so quick and easy. My goal is always to bring you inspiration and tips and methods. And so if you don't have the exact same supplies, please just use your stash. This is my new die set, the Emergency Card Essentials #1, that has tons of mats and layers for card sketches. So I grabbed the largest circle that is 3 inches. And then here, these strips are 3/8 of an inch, and there's a die for that. I intended for this to be a matte layer for your strip sentiments because I know some of us don't like to try to cut things at 1/8 of inches, but I thought I'd use it to decorate the card today. I am layering those on top of 1/2 inch light blue strips. So those are noted kind of in the middle of the pink circle. I've got measurements for those strips. I am not going to measure the diagonal. If you print that page at 100%, that's the default for my printer. The card sketch is exactly the same size as my actual card. So I could line it up if I wanted to make sure it looks the same. But if you've been here for a while, you know I'm just going to wing it. I am making sure that those are going through the center of the circle when I have that where I want it on the card. So I kind of lined them up, and then I'll start with the middle one, and I can layer the other 2 to make sure that the margins between them are the same. This just made the most sense to me, but do whatever is comfortable for you. On the next card, we're going to skip the 1/2 inch layer. We're going to do just 1 layer of these strips. So I like this sketch as a starting point, and then you can do all kinds of other things with it. When I go to add on my circles, I have a 3¼ inch circle out of purple that's going to be our matte layer, and then I'll use my 3-inch circle that's from my die set to cut out my sentiment. There is a circle around each of these large sentiments, and it is ever so slightly bigger than that 3-inch circle to help you get it centered. You can use any 3-inch circle die, but this one from the Emergency Card Essentials #1 creates this little modern embossed edge. It's something that Trinity Stamps does a lot of, and I think that it's beautiful. It just steps it up a little bit. So I'll add wet glue, and I will add that onto my purple circle, and then trim off the excess from my strips. I let that dry with something heavy under it for a while because of the embossed panel underneath it. There's just a lot of texture, and I wanted to make sure we were nice and secure. These are 2 penguins from the Playful Penguins die set from Spellbinders that I assembled quite a while ago. I made them in a live stream with my friend Lynn over at LV Handcrafted. I'll link to that live stream if you want to see more details about that, but they come together so quickly. There are 3 different penguins in the set, and they've just been sitting on my desk asking to be used on a card. So here we go. I'm going to glue the two penguins together, and then I'm going to glue the penguins onto the circle. I have already added 1mm foam tape behind the circle. I haven't taken off the release paper yet, but I also need the penguins to have that foam as well. There's just so much texture on this card, and I don't like it when things are kind of off kilter. So I was able then to flip the whole thing over and know exactly where I needed to add foam tape for the penguins, and everything's going to be nice and level when the card is done. Put a little bit of wet glue to give me some wiggle room as I add this onto my card. I'm trying to get it centered in the middle of the card, in the middle of my stripes. I think the stripes can accentuate if you're not centered, so trying to avoid that. But friends, that's card number 1. So quick and easy. This one, we have a little Santa who is wiggling his way down the chimney, and we are going to start by following the card sketch pretty closely at the beginning. So I have a 3-inch circle of white shimmer cardstock, a 3¼ inch circle of navy cardstock. Again, you can see that modern embossed edge, and look at the packaging. I just got the set with the packaging in the mail today, and I had to show you. These are my 3/8 inch strips that are going to go kind of diagonal, and I'm skipping again that 1/2 inch layer. This was just easier. At the time, I wasn't sure if I was going to make Santa wiggle back and forth or the entire circle rock back and forth. And if I was going to need to punch a hole through this layer, I didn't want to have to go through 2 layers of strips of cardstock and my pattern paper and then like a reinforced layer of white cardstock. So that's kind of where this came from to begin with. If you're not using Santa, this is the Stuck Santa die from Trinity, and he's so funny. You could use this same technique to make the circle rotate or wiggle, or however you want to call it, and that would work too. So here's the die set. We get this full Santa. He will fill a mini slimline depending on kind of how you put everything together. I'm fitting him on an A2 because that's my favorite card size. The chimney I cut out of some craft cardstock. This was in the back of the packaging. So I already had a piece where I'd just gone over the raised areas with a light brown alcohol marker. But you could also just use an ink pad and kind of go over that as well, if that's easier for you. Building the Santa is pretty easy, but on that bottom white piece, I left a little bit in the middle where there wasn't any glue, so I could tuck this sort of fur trim that goes through the middle underneath it. I've made this guy a few times. Sometimes I forget to do that, and that's okay. You can just line it up right there, but I think it looks a little cleaner when you tuck it underneath. I have cut his belt and his shoes out of some glossy black cardstock. Also from Trinity, the Simon Says stamp has some too, and honestly, they're both wonderful. Then I added my belt buckle. I like to use my tweezers for that so I can see everything really well. For some of these little pieces though, if I can add glue onto the larger piece instead of having to use my tweezers and add it onto the smaller piece, I'm going to do that every single time. So there's that little bit of white trim on his pants, and then the shoes are not just ovals. There is a flatter side that almost looks like it has a heel. So that's what I was pointing out. I want that flatter side sticking up into the air. My friend Carrie Rhodes over at Carrie Rhodes here on YouTube, she's awesome, has a couple of videos with this Santa, and one of them she has him like diving into a mug of cocoa. I love that too. There's so many options. So I'm trying to get everything lined up, make sure everything's gonna fit, and then we can start assembling our very, very simple interactive mechanism. I am in editing realizing that I never actually glued the legs to the belly. They are on there with removable adhesive, but maybe that's the joke. Maybe that's really fun to be like, hey, you can pull his legs off. Oh my goodness, my kids would get a kick out of that. So I'm using the Clean Cut Layers circles from Trinity because their circle dies get super, super tiny. I'm using a 1/2 inch circle die, and then I have cut a slightly larger one, just the next size up as well. I used 80-pound cardstock from my Santa, so I flipped him over and added another layer to all of those big pieces, his legs, his feet, and his jacket, just to make sure he's really sturdy if he's going to be moving around and if my kids are going to be touching it. So once I figure out where I want everything, I'm getting Santa centered on that circle. I'm going to tape him to the circle while I flip this over. On the back, you can see that I tried to put this together earlier, but I didn't like how bulky it was. So this is attempt number 2. I have added a small foam, I think it's a Stampin' Up! Mini Dimensional, onto Santa, and then I'm putting that bigger circle on top of that. So it is just rotating, like free rotating around using that little piece of foam. If I was going to do it again, I would use a slightly bigger hexagon or circle of foam for the mechanism, but this is going to work out just fine. Then I added slightly thicker foam to the rest of that circle to make sure that there's plenty of room for that mechanism to move around, but it's just rotating based on that little circle of white cardstock. Then I'm going to figure out where I need the foam on my chimney. I want there to be enough that Santa's body isn't going to swing all the way outside of the chimney and then like you can tell that he doesn't have a head. So I added foam where I thought I wanted it, and then I trimmed off a little bit of the bottom so that there was just less non-foamy cardstock hanging out. And that helped me to get everything aligned where I had it before. I'll trim off the excess cardstock too. I added a little bit of foam onto the edge of my 2-inch circle and then a little bit on the chimney. I don't want Santa to be impeded by this circle, so I can't glue it to Santa or he won't move at all. So just enough foam on the edge to support things and then glue on the chimney. So I printed this page onto some white shimmer cardstock. I have a laser printer, so it works beautifully. And then I'll use my 1 3/4 inch punch to punch out the sentiment, "Don't let that old man take credit again." And I'm imagining giving this probably to my sister, who is going to get a huge kick out of it. But if in the end I end up giving this to someone else, I used removable adhesive, so it's easy to change that sentiment. All right, my friends, those are our 2 card projects for today. I would love to know which of these 2 is your favorite. I don't know. I love the colors here, but the way he wiggles, I can't get over it. If you're interested in the free printable, all I ask is that you subscribe to my channel and then click more or show more beneath the description box. You'll find links to all of the free emergency card kit playlists along with the supplies that we've used and the free version of the PDF. If you want the upgraded version, right next to that, there is also a link to my Patreon. A huge thank you to all of you who joined right away. A tremendous thank you to those of you who are already paid subscribers. I am floored. I am completely blown away, and I am so incredibly grateful. Thank you all so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time.